Baker Mayfield made the play of the game against the Houston Texans in their Week 2 win. Not only is this just a phenomenal play and continues to solidify Baker Mayfield as him, but I think it also further increases the argument that not only is Baker Mayfield a franchise quarterback, but he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, in my opinion. Shout out to Sleeper, by the way. More on him a little bit later on in this video. Let me go ahead and set the table for you guys. The Texans had just scored. It was 19-14 in favor of the Texans. The Buccaneers had 2 minutes and 10 seconds to march down the field and win the football game. They had all 3 of their timeouts. They had a 2-minute warning, but if the Bucs did not get a first down conversion on 4th and 10 from their own 32-yard line, they would very likely lose the game. Simple as that. And the type of play that Mayfield made is the type of play that only a few quarterbacks in the NFL can make, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and dive into it. You guys loved the all 22 film reviews that I did last week, so I'm going to continue it here. So we are coming off of a very rough, incomplete pass where it was a tough catch for Emeka Egbuka, but being that 19th overall pick and a starting caliber wide receiver, you do expect him to make that type of catch. But the Buccaneers find themselves at a 4th and 10 at their own 32-yard line. You've got 5 offensive linemen here, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a running back next to Baker Mayfield as well. The Texans have a very interesting look here. 5 guys along that line, or at least pretty close, so to speak. K. Dotton is kind of out there as a wide receiver, or I guess I should say he looks like he's going to be running a route instead of blocking, I should say. So right off the cuff here, it's very intriguing to see what the Buccaneers were going for. Real quick, guys, before we dive into that deeper, though, I do want to say shout out to Sleeper, the proud sponsor of this channel. If you guys do use the code MrBucs, you will get a $100 deposit match up to $100 when you use the code MrBucs. Guys, download the #1 sports app today and enjoy sports the way it was meant to be. That is together. Now, back to the clip. So this, again, you see the situation here. It obviously looks like the Buccaneers are going to be passing in this situation. Of course, they're going to be passing in this situation. But the Texans were really getting after the Bucs in this game. The Bucs offensive line is Graham Barton at left tackle, Michael Jordan at left guard. You have Ben Bredesen at center. You've got Cody Mock at right guard, and you've got Charlie Heck at right tackle because Luke Gedeke left this game with a foot injury. So really the offensive line hasn't been holding up too well in the game at this point, and it's not hard to see why. It's kind of an offensive line that's patched together with duct tape as of this play. So you see here, there's a little bit of support here. You do see that defensive back begin to kind of cheat down here or move down here to increase the pressure. Right now, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players here from the Texans that are threatening to blitz Baker Mayfield on this play. Okay, that's a lot of pressure, and it is understandable to see why there would be so much pressure here. So you would think, well, if the Texans did send that much pressure, just throw a quick pass and you'll very likely get the first down. Especially with these cornerbacks playing this far off, you might get that middle of the field open, but let's see how the play continues to break down. So the snap goes, and immediately you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys here in the initial pass rush, so to speak. And then you do see this is number 39 who is coming down to help blitz as well. I think that's a delayed blitz is what they call it. But Mike Evans is running around here, Sterling Shepard is running around here, and Emeka Egbuka is down here running a route as well. You see here, the Texans have got it pretty well covered, man. Azeez Al-Shaair is dropping back to cover Sterling Shepard. Emeka Egbuka is there. The Texans have 4 defenders in front of them guarding 3 receivers and a linebacker coming back to help as well. So it is a very tough passing play to make, okay? And you've got 5 Texans coming in here sending the pressure. K. Dotton, he went ahead and stopped blocking. He's running a route now. Bucky Irving is there to help against number 5. I believe that is Jalen Petre, I believe. And then you've got the offensive line going in their matchups as well. So we continue the play here, and this is the issue. Take a look at this. The offensive line does not see the defensive back coming in on this blitz. They are busy blocking these 4 Houston Texans right here, right? That's why this delayed blitz is so effective. All of this attention is getting taken away from the offensive line to focus on these 4 guys that nobody even sees this defensive back. Again, the coverage is still there right now. You could possibly get Mike Evans, maybe, if he is, if you have a couple more seconds, but number 39 for the Texans is coming down. Number 5 is being blocked by Bucky Irving. You do have Cade open here on the flat, but would he be able to get that 10 yards? Because if you guys look right up here, this is the marker right here. So it's certainly in question as to whether or not the Buccaneers would be able to get that first down. So take a look here. The pocket has straight up collapsed around Baker Mayfield. He could stand in the pocket and make a throw here. Again, he's got Cade Otton in the flat right here. Mike Evans is kind of coming open, but Sterling Shepard and Emeka Egbuka, they're pretty much covered up. 39 is right in front of Baker Mayfield at this point. Right in front of him. And what happens? Mayfield cuts to the left. 39 is not expecting it. The rest of the offensive line holds up pretty well. Right now, you could avoid that pressure and get Cade Otton here. Mike Evans is still moving across the field. Sterling Shepard is a little bit farther out here past the first down marker. But after he evades 39, all the pass rushers for the Texans are down right here. The offensive line won that battle. Bucky Irving held up in his pass blocking. You take a look at that left guard in there, or left tackle in there as well, Graham Barton, he held up in his blocking. So you just see daylight right here from the 30 to the 40. It is complete and total daylight at this point because all the Texans defensive backs, well, they're hanging with the Buccaneers receivers. Shepard, Evans, Egbuka. You've got Otton in the flat, but Baker could also run for this as well, and that is what he does. You see him begin to take off. He has got deceptive speed. Baker Mayfield does. Deceptive speed. Now, this could have been a whole heck of a lot better of a run if Sterling Shepard would have nailed that block, but right here, Baker's got that first down. He's going one-on-one with, I believe that's Gardner Johnson, and Baker takes the front flipping hit, still does get that first down, and the Buccaneers continue to drive and go on to win the football game. There's so much to break down in this one play, I feel like. Firstly, a couple of guys that really stood up in the protection is Emeka Egbuka and Graham Barton. They really did hold up here. I was also pretty impressed with the guys like Charlie Heck and Cody Mock winning their double team. I think that Michael Jordan did a good job, as did Ben Bredesen here. Really, they did a good job of just gumming up this rush, right? But Baker Mayfield against this defensive back one-on-one, Baker needs to win that delayed blitz battle. Otherwise, he's going to get brought down and the game, quite frankly, is over. He wins that battle, 39 whiffs on the tackle, and then it's just open day. Right? It is just open day the entire rest of the way here. The nearest wide receiver guy, or the nearest cornerback, I should say, or linebacker, is literally 15 yards away down here where Mike Evans is, a little bit beneath the logo. So Mayfield has all day. And if Shepard would have hit that block right there, you could have been looking at Mayfield getting to around at least the 50, if not a little bit farther into that run as well. This was the type of play that only a handful of quarterbacks in this league can make. To have the pocket awareness, the mobility, the pocket mobility, and just the ability to scramble on the run as well is rare for this type of combination of a quarterback to make. To have the awareness to look downfield, and yes, he did look for the run pretty much immediately after he countered that blitz. That's fine. He may have very well had the first down to Cade Otton, but when you have 15, 20 yards of space in front of you where it's nothing but green grass, you're probably going to take that, right? And Mayfield did just that, and it was very successful. It was the play of the game, in my opinion. It was the play of the game that continues to prove that, hey, Baker Mayfield, he's a franchise quarterback. Baker Mayfield is a dude that can go out there and be one of the top quarterbacks in the league, point blank, period, simple as that. You name me 10 quarterbacks who could make a heads-up play like this on fourth down, I will wait. I really will wait. So, phenomenal play by Baker Mayfield to avoid that delayed blitz. by that defensive back, get the first down, and eventually lead the Buccaneers to win the game as well. What did you guys think about this play? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about it down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. One more shout out to Sleeper for being the proud sponsor of this video. It's greatly appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next video or the next live stream, but until then, and as always guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.